So, a new update has just dropped in Hypixel Skyblock, so let's take a look at what it kind of encases. Skyblock has been down for maintenance for a decent amount of time today, and the outcome is this update. First of all, the water feature, whereby I usually stand in front of to start off pretty much all my videos, it's not here anymore, because the community centre has changed. So, looks like we're going to have to find a new spot. And visually, there's changes. Now, this update is basically mainly known as the Better Mayors update, and, well, we'll be able to see why. Of course, this update has been on the alpha for a while, and yeah, it, to be fair, does look a lot nicer in here anyway, but that's not really what we're here for. We, of course, now not only have a mayor, but we have a minister. And what's really interesting at the moment is Marina is the mayor, and she's already got the updated stats. That double trouble stat at the bottom for every 1 sea creature chance gain 0.1 double hook chance is new. Double hook chance is basically a new stat that used to just be some kind of an attribute that you could have on a fishing rod. But that's just scratching the surface. As minister, Aatrox has got one of his perks active. Starting Slayer quest is half price. Even though Aatrox didn't get in to be the mayor, we still have his perk, which is really, really cool. The election room looks mainly the same, but it's not just this. There's so many new things that have come into Skyblock with this new update, and we need to take a look at them. We're going to take a look at the patch notes and see exactly what has changed. But before we do, if you are planning on purchasing anything from the Hypixel store, make sure to use code NITRO as it gets yourself 5% off. You should subscribe to the channel. If you watch the videos you haven't subscribed, please make sure to do so. You should join the Discord server. It's linked in the description of this video. We offer slayers and dungeon carries, so if you need carries or want to carry and make some coins, make sure to join. Okay, here we go, and let me tell you, this is a very long patch note. There's a lot of things that have changed. If you want to take a look at them for yourself, I'll leave this linked in the description. Greetings, citizen of Hypixel Skyblock. We're proud to announce that the highly anticipated changes to mayors are ready to go. This update comes with changes to many perks that each mayor provides, ranging from brand new perks, additions to previous offerings, and more. These changes are not limited to mayor perks, however, some changes are active regardless of whether a certain mayor is elected for the greater good of our world. Community Centre refurbishment. The Community Centre's refurbishment is now complete. Mayors now have a dedicated area to stand instead of loitering around next to the election room. So now the clock in the Community Centre works, and you could basically have contributed towards that by donating some redstone and gold. Interesting. Ah, there we go. That's pretty cool. And it is, of course, 10 PM. Checks out. Election system changes. The first election of Hypixel Skyblock was in year 88. In the real world, that's almost 4 years ago. We've gained and lost a few mayoral candidates here and there, but nothing much has changed to the mayor system overall. However, this is all about to change. The maximum amount of perks that a mayor can now have is 4. Many mayors have gained an additional perk, while others have had their entire lineup of perks revamped. Perk rates. When a mayor has 1 or 2 perks, they now have a 50% chance to gain an additional perk, increased from 45. When a mayor has 3 perks, they have an 8% chance to gain an additional perk. Ministers are the runner-up candidates in the election. Every mayor will have a perk chosen from a minister perk at the beginning of every election. If they become the minister, the perk becomes active, and that's indicated by the little star next to the chosen perk. Visibility of election votes. Due to popular demand, we are trialling a voting system where we alternate between showing and not showing the votes for the current election. I guess the idea is that a lot of people don't vote for who they want, they just vote for who has the most votes, because they think, what's the point in voting for this person or this mayor if you basically know that they're not going to get in. Whereas if you can't see the votes and you can't see who's winning, then you're going to vote for who you actually want. And here we have basically the listing of all perks that have been changed. For all mayors, all perks that have been changed, all perks that have been added. For instance, Marina has a new perk Double Trouble, and then a ton of information underneath. For example, with Marina, it's not just, her perks that have changed. A lot of fishing has changed as well, considering lava fishing rods have changed, and all of the lava fishing mobs have changed as well. Diana's new perk, Sharing is Caring. You can have up to 3 EXP shared pets active at once. Your EXP share is increased by 10%. EXP sharing rework. Rather than using the EXP share item, you can simply use a menu to choose which pet you want to EXP share with. By default, you will only have 1 active EXP share slot. When Diana is in office with her Sharing is Caring perk, 2 more EXP sharing slots will also become enabled. And you can see here is basically the little menu. What happens to the EXP share item? Instead of enabling the system as a whole, the EXP share item now boosts the effectiveness of pets receiving EXP share by 15%, which is really cool, which is stacked with the 10% boost as well. Favourites in pets. I guess now you can favourite a pet and it will show up at the top of your pet menu, which is pretty cool. Like I said, a lot of these changes to mayors have affected their perks and how they work as mayors, but they've also affected basically the skills that they affect too. Now we have Finnegan, who's also changed a lot, gaining 2 new perks. Garden visitors will give out fine flower and appear more often. Additional visitors may visit your garden. Higher rarity of visitors are more likely to show up and will provide 10% more copper. This fine flower that you get, well, let's take a look. While blooming business is active, garden visitors will reward you with fine flower for completing their requests, in addition to their regular rewards. The amount of fine flower a visitor gives you is dependent on their rarity. Basically, you can exchange this flower for health and wheat fortune permanently, so that's pretty cool. We've also got new visitors, new pelt shop items. Then we have, coal. Coal's new perk is that it decreases forge time by 25%, and the mining fiesta perk was updated. And a ton of new things have been added here. We've got new pieces of equipment, mithril, titanium, and gemstone. Then we've got Divan's powder coating, a powdered substance synthesized from Divan fragments that can be applied to drills and armor of Divan, including all equipment. Gleaming Crystal Reforged Stone increases your mining efficiency, mining speed, and fortune by harnessing the condensed power of gleaming crystals. Interesting. We now have a Glossy Mineral Armor and the Glossy Mineral Talisman. Foxy has been completely and utterly reworked, understandably, because, well, nobody really wanted to pick Foxy before. A Time for Giving means that party chests and party gifts can be obtained while this event is active. Chivalrous Carnival schedules a carnival in the hub that is active throughout the entire year. Take on fun activities to earn tokens and exchange them for perks and special items. Party chests and party gifts. Foxy's Time for Giving perk introduces new items. Party chests and party gifts. These items are only obtainable while the perk is active and can drop some new items. And here we have a snowman mask. Here we have the carnival. Foxy's Chivalrous Carnival perk introduces a bunch of carnival games to the world of Hypixel Skyblock. We highly recommend enabling Skyblock music while in the carnival. Okay, that's pretty interesting because I always have it off. The carnival has 3 games within it, each requiring 5 carnival tickets per play. You can talk to the carnival leader every day to get 25 tickets for free. Carnival tickets can also be earned by participating in some of Skyblock's calendar events, such as Spooky Festival, Fishing Festival, and Jacob's Farming Contest. And then basically here we have it outlined how many carnival tickets you'll get by basically your achievement in these events. Then we have basically an in-depth explanation of how all of these carnival games work. Foxy has changed a lot. There is so much to go through, it's unreal. If you do want to take a look at all of this for yourself, there's just too much to read through. You, by all means, click on the link in the description. The patch notes are linked. Then we have Diaz, new perk, Volume Trading. Double the item of quantity from Shen's Auctions, Shen Special, and Rift Shens on the year Diaz is elected. 2 additional Shen Special auctions will be available for the duration of Diaz being elected as mayor. New event perks, Stock Exchange. Diaz is bringing more Stock of Stonks into circulation. Stock of Stonks can be obtained from the Stonks auction and winning bids for items in the Dark Auction and Shen's auctions. Talk to Diaz while she's elected with this perk to bid for Stock of Stonks and trade in your Stock of Stonks in for some new cool items. New perk, Long-Term Investment. The elected minister will appear in the next election with all of their available perks. As the worst performing mayor's candidate, Diaz's current goal is not to come in last again. For starters, she's had her whole squad pull up at the Trade Centre, a newly refurbished area located just behind the bazaar that can also be accessed with the /warp stonks command. Stock exchanges features stock auctions and the functionality to increase the amount of coins into your minus items are all located in this area. And then I guess we can move on to the Stock of Stonks. There's a lot that's changed here. You can now trade in Stock of Stonks for the following items. Gold Fragments. These gold fragments can be used on the Daedalus Axe, the Midas Sword, and the Midas Staff. Arvirica's Chalice costs 50 Stock of Stonks. Use one of the chalices along with other items to upgrade the Emerald Ring to the Emerald Artifact, and you can use 2 along with other items to upgrade the Crown of Greed into the Crown of Avarice. Freshly minted coins cost 1 stock of stonks, capped at 5,000 global purchases every 4 hours. Used in various amounts to obtain the following: the Scavenger Ring / Artifact and the Ring / Artifact / Relic of Coins. Golden Bounty costs 20 stock of stonks, allows you to upgrade Scavenger 5 on your weapon to Scavenger 6. Obtaining these stock of stonks, it wouldn't make sense to introduce a bunch of new items without a way to obtain them. You can access these stonks auction by talking to Richard at the Trade Centre. These auctions are global, with one happening each Skyblock month, or every 10 hours. The top 100 bidders receive 25 stock of stonks, followed by 15 stock of stonks for the top 500, 10 for top 1000, and so on. Auction bidding. Winning an item in Shen's auctions will additionally reward you with 10 stock of stonks. Relic of coins. The Relic of coins has a 1 in 40,000 chance of dropping a stock of stonks every 60 seconds, which is around about 1 in 600 or so hours. Zarina is an NPC that will allow you to increase the amount of coins that you put into a Midas sword or Midas staff. This allows players to upgrade the existing Midas items with golden fragments and then sink coins accordingly to make the item stronger. Now that's really, really cool. You also need to put some stock of stonks in there too. Derpy will no longer shut down the auction house. It'll be settling for quadruple the taxes on the bazaar and auction house instead. Wow. Jerry has reluctantly removed Diaz's perk from the perk apocalypse rotation as the various financial services required for Diaz are on holiday. Of course, it's a bank holiday. Okay, you want to listen to this bit. Future plans. Primal Dragons. While playtesting this update on the alpha, we ran into many large-scale performance issues. Unfortunately, we have shelved the update for the time being due to these issues. So sad. The Primal Dragon update looks so good. Sure, there was some issues, and maybe, you know, it kind of makes sense, performance issues. I hope they can get over those performance issues and release an update in the future, because they look really cool. Many major and minor mining changes. Since the Glaciate Tunnels update back in March, we have been working to make several improvemements to mining as a whole in preparation for part 2 of the Glaciate Tunnels. This update includes many things, including the Crystal Nucleus RNG meter, which is really cool. I really like that idea. New forge slots and the new Dwarven vanilla ores in the Royal Mines, coal, iron, diamond, etc. This update is scheduled to hit on alpha soon for balancing and bug fixing. That sounds really cool. Foraging and hunting. We do have word on foraging. Since the last design thread, we've made significant progress on the foraging updates. We'd be ready to launch it on alpha, if not for some technical difficulties with the latest versions. Consequently, we still can't provide precise release date. We would like to explain our issue with the latest versions further in the near future, should time allow. On the bright side, the extra time allows us to further design and develop the hunting update, which we would prefer to release alongside the foraging. We've reviewed all of your feedback on the hunting and made several adjustments. We're very excited to share more details with you soon. Okay. That's very interesting, because the last design thread that we had in regards to foraging didn't have any mention at all of new versions, even though we had heard previously that it's potential that, well, maybe just the foraging update or Skyblock as a whole could be moved on to a newer version. So the fact there that they've just mentioned the fact that they're having difficulties with newer versions kind of says to me that they're still potentially planning on putting the foraging update on a new version of Minecraft. Doesn't really say anything else, but that's kind of what I can gather. All in all, a lot of really, really, really cool new changes. Changes that I think genuinely will change the game for the better. Some of them is definitely need changing. The Minister introduction is really cool. And finally giving some use to the stock of stonks, I guess, is kind of cool as well. Anyway, that's all for today. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one.